Good evening and welcome back to Civil Defiance. I'm Otto Bismarck. The dictator's term is over. The country is exhausted, polarized, and staring into a political abyss, desperate for leadership that is not merely less terrible than what came before, but genuinely better. The Uni-Party establishment, predictably, wants to offer you a lukewarm centrist, another forgettable figure to ensure the stability of the status quo. Civil Defiance says, no, the crisis demands audacity. It demands a ticket so formidable, so experienced, and so Californian in its ambition that it will not just win, but fundamentally reshape the American experiment. I'm talking about Kamala Harris and Gavin Newsom. Tonight, we break down the undeniable benefits of this specific, powerful combination. This is the California cure. And it's the only ticket capable of not just defeating, but eradicating the dictator's lingering legacy. The primary benefit of a Harris-Newsom ticket is executive depth. You have one principal who has served at the very highest level, navigating the treacherous waters of Washington, D.C. as a former vice president, and another who has successfully governed the most complex, massive, and economically diverse state in the Union. Let's start with Kamala Harris. Her greatest strength is her prosecutorial mind. That is not a flaw. It is a feature. Governing in a post-dictator era requires someone who approaches policy like a case file, measured, evidence-based, and focused on airtight execution. She understands the levers of federal power, the Senate, the cabinet, the courts, with a precision born of her experience. She is the steady hand that understands the rules and, crucially, how to play the long game against the obstructionist Uni-Party. Now pair that with Gavin Newsom. Newsom is not just a governor, he's the CEO of the world's fifth largest economy. He governs a state that, for better or worse, is the American laboratory for the future. On his watch, he has aggressively pursued nation-leading policies on climate action, universal health care access, and infrastructure investment. His strength is executive decisiveness. He acts often controversially and owns the outcome. The benefit? Harris brings the Washington expertise and the legal steel. Newsom brings the gubernatorial success and the audacity of California ambition. This ticket is not a compromise. It's a political powerhouse that covers the entire spectrum of executive skill, a stark contrast to the singular chaotic ego that defined the previous term. Let's dissect this further. When we speak of Harris's prosecutorial mind, we are not merely referring to her time as a DA or Attorney General. We are talking about a cognitive framework that is purpose-built for a damaged Washington. A prosecutor's job is to dismantle complex cases, follow the evidence, and construct an irrefutable argument. In the post-dictator landscape, every policy initiative, every cabinet appointment, every judicial nomination is a complex case. It will be attacked, undermined, and intentionally misinterpreted by the remnants of the old regime and their Uni-Party enablers. Harris is uniquely equipped to anticipate these attacks, build coalition-proof arguments for her policies, and most importantly, prosecute the case for a renewed America in the court of public opinion and on the floor of the Senate. The second, and perhaps most potent benefit, is the ability to weaponize California policy successes on the national stage. The dictator's term left behind a trail of climate denial, a rollback of reproductive rights, and a crumbling infrastructure. The Harris-Newsom ticket can argue they are the only ones who have spent the last decade doing the opposite. Climate change as economic engine. Newsom's California has been aggressively phasing out fossil fuels, demanding electric vehicle transitions, and investing billions in climate resilience. They can argue that this isn't just saving the planet, it's creating the jobs of the future. They are positioned to credibly sell a national climate agenda, not as a sacrifice, but as a path to global economic dominance, directly refuting the old guard Uni-Party talking points. Healthcare expansion. California has been a national leader in expanding Medicaid and aggressively protecting and expanding access to reproductive health care. Harris and Newsom can campaign as the defenders of autonomy and the architects of accessible care, bringing a proven, state-tested model to the national level. Aggressive communication. Newsom is a masterful of polarizing communicator. He doesn't shy away from a fight. His aggressive, confident style is the antidote to the timid, polite politics that often loses against the bombast of the right. He can act as the attack dog and national debater, while Harris maintains the presidential decorum and focus on measurable outcomes. This is a crucial political division of labor. Their unified message is, we don't just talk about the future, we built it in the world's fifth largest economy. That argument is unanswerable by a political class that has done little but argue for the last 8 years. The Harris-Newsom ticket is also a necessary shockwave to shatter the old Uni-Party mold of the Democratic Party. For too long, the party has been reliant on familiar figures, afraid to nominate candidates who are either too female, too liberal, or too ambitious. Harris and Newsom are unapologetically progressive, unapologetically Californian, and unafraid of confrontation. Their candidacy signals the definitive end of the moderate, incrementalist era. It is a declaration that the party will fight with fire and lead with conviction. This kind of uncompromising leadership is what the audience of civil defiance demands. Furthermore, this ticket offers a genuine regional balance that is often overlooked. Geographic bridge. While both are Californian, their backgrounds and appeals stretch further. Harris has deep roots in name recognition on the national stage, having been an executive in the Bay Area, a senator, and a vice president. Newsom, with his aggressive defense of liberal values, can effectively energize the progressive coasts and urban cores, while also engaging in national debates that appeal to a broad spectrum of voters exhausted by stagnation. The gender/generational split. Harris provides the historic element of the first female president, smashing the gender ceiling we discussed in the last episode. Newsom, who is significantly younger than the previous generation of party leaders, offers the promise of a forward-looking, energetic administration that will not be defined by the battles of the past. This combination offers a future-facing synergy that is a direct, intentional, and powerful rejection of the geriatric, male-dominated political failures of the last decade. It's not just a change, it's a regime change within the party itself. The dictator's term taught America a hard lesson. Weak, timid leadership is exploited. The response cannot be more weakness or more timidity. The Harris-Newsom ticket is the defiant choice. It is a ticket that promises competence, executive experience, policy audacity, and the fierce energy required to govern a fractured nation. It is the best answer to the lingering paralysis of the Uni-Party. The establishment will tell you they are too liberal. They are too divisive. They are too Californian. I say they are too capable for a country that has grown accustomed to failure. We are calling them out right now. At Kamala Harris, at VP, at Gavin Newsom, at Gov Newsom. The country is ready for your defiance. I'm Otto Bismarck, and this is Civil Defiance. We'll see you next time.